Hello, welcome to Colloquial Conversations with Morgan
and Erica, where we have informal conversations about our books for entertainment. And so today we are having to do a re-record because we had audio issues with our last video. So for the next two videos, we'll be wearing the same thing. Just
a heads up.
Just a heads up. And it also gave us time to reflect, I think, as well, about talking about subjects and books that may not be our cup of tea. I think it allowed us to have a different perspective.
Yeah.
And understanding that we want to be cognitive of the fact that we're not authors.
We're not.
We're consumers. And they are artists. And we want to respect their craft. Now we're going to go on to books from the past.
Blast from the past. Okay. Let's see.
I'm hoping it's a good one.
I'm nervous. Forbidden Love. That was good.
It was a good. When we finished it, we was like, "That's cute."
It was very cute.
It was a very cute book.
It was.
It was. How can I put it? It's not a book that I should compare to Fifth Kings. I'm a type of person, once I read a book that an author writes and I love it, I will consume their books. Give me more, give me more, give me more. But what I'm having to learn and remind myself is that these are different stories. And you have to hold space for these different stories.
Yeah.
So I really liked Forbidden Love. And it was hard for me at first to make room for it, to give it the praise I think that it deserved, because Fifth Kings was in the back of my head.
Fifth Kings.
And if you read Fifth Kings, that book.
It's a good book.
You know, but Forbidden Love was a really, really cute book. I think it's a good romance, like a really good urban romance, because also Fifth Kings is a dark romance. There's a difference. Okay, in my mind, it's a little cuckoo sometimes with some of these books.
Yeah, this isn't very dark. Now they are it is an urban read, so, and they are a predominant family. It's not mob, but they're into street activities. And they're up there in the food chain. And so the FMC, her father
wants her to be with a doctor.
He doesn't want her to be with anybody that's like them.
Can I ask a question?
What?
I don't mean to cut you off.
What is it?
But why is it in every last one of these books, these daddies be in these streets and they be wanting their daughters to have something different? Like, because
it's a hard life.
But if you is a street, you know what? And you providing the best life for your daughter off of these streets, and all they around is other street men, you don't think she gonna want that too?
I guess, but you know, parents always want.
I get you want
better for your children.
Okay, but be realistic about your better.
That's true.
If you're in the business world and you want your daughter to marry a doctor, okay, that makes sense. You're on the legal side of things.
Yeah.
I feel like if my husband is in these streets and we have children, a daughter specifically, baby, just make sure he a kingpin.
Girl, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Don't do no bottom of the food chain. Make sure he know what he doing, and he know, like, be street smart. Yeah, you going to school. Yeah, you gonna be looking like the good girl. We gonna do all them things. But 9 times out of 10, you seen your daddy. I'm with your daddy for a reason. Let's be real about what she gonna go after. I'm just saying.
He did soften up to it though. After she ran off in the book. Yeah.
Did she? I don't remember.
I think she did run off because her mom knew where she went, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her mom knew where she went, and she was gone, I don't know, a couple of weeks.
I just remember when her daddy was gone, she had that man up in her daddy's house while he was gone, and they was doing grown folk business. That's what I remember.
I was like, that's disrespectful, but
on so many levels.
Only because her dad and him were kind of at the same level. Because his father got killed, and his father was like his dad's right hand.
You remember more than I do, friend.
I do. But you remember in this book, at the beginning of the book, the FMC's boyfriend got killed. Her daddy didn't want him with.
He was playing games.
But he was in the streets, and
he was playing her. I do remember he was messing with her friend.
He was playing her, and they were trying to set her up. So the daddy got him before he could get her.
And that's what Moth to the Flame daddy should have did, but that's neither here nor there. That's
you're gonna see us reference Moth to the Flame lot, because there were a lot of points of failure.
We're gonna reference a lot of books, people. It's just we're gonna try to keep up with books, so you'll see what we're talking about, so you can follow us.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a really cute book.
Good book. There's there is a little bit of violence in the book, and like gun violence in the book, and
I feel like that's child's play.
That's urban fiction, if I'm being honest.
That's why I say it's child's play.
That is kind of what comes with the territory, right? So
they know.
Is it bad trigger? Is it a lot of trigger warnings for urban fiction? No, it's just normal for urban fiction for me.
It's child's play.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
So it was a really cute book.
It was really good. Current reads that we have finished, so we can discuss, is we have Moth to a Flame. Now, when we first brought this book up, okay, Morgan had finished it, and I was only probably like 20% in, maybe. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
So what are your thoughts now?
Now, it was a great book.
It is a really good book.
It made me, now the ending made me pause. I had to process what I just read.
Because you're like, really?
Really? And before we go any further, I do want to say this. Like our books give us trigger warnings, we're going to give trigger warnings in this video, because we did realize after we watched the original recording with the audio issues that this month for us and the books we've been reading have been heavy. And
very.
They've had a lot of domestic violence in them, trafficking, those type of topics. So please take care of your mental health.
And read these with caution.
And read with caution.
Yeah.
And even watch this video with caution, because we be talking. Okay?
Yeah.
But it was just like, we were saying how the book was just, it was heavy. It was
really heavy.
We was anxious reading it compared to our other books that kind of, we know we're going to get a happy ending.
I think that was part of the reason why I had a hard time physically reading the book, because I just felt so anxious, and I didn't like that. It was easier for me to consume it via audiobook. But the book is very good. There were a lot of, now that I'm 2 weeks post reading the book, I've had some time to digest the book a little more, and there were like some points of failure from her parents that really bothered me. That really bothered me, because there's no way. I mean, you could see this train wreck coming from a mile away.
You could,
but
I also feel like it was one of those things where her parents was like, if she's gonna be grown, let her be grown, because she was almost 18. And I know from a book standpoint,
couldn't be my child. Ain't gonna be my child.
From a book standpoint, out of all the books we done read about urban fiction, there is no way that your daddy in these streets and this man is still walking. That's all I got to say.
No way.
There's the moment he followed her home, he should have been a goner. Because what is we doing? And the mama, oh, come over to the house. Why you invite? Y'all is not normal, like, citizens.
And then the first day Mazan came there, well, the second day rather, when he came back to the party, the house was robbed. So all, you know, I don't know. There were a lot of points of failure. I mean, I know that she was 17,
mm-hmm.
but still, this girl was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't 18 yet, and I just feel like.
But some kids just rebel.
I know,
and sometimes, like, because even when her dad tried to forbid her from seeing him,
she did it anyway.
She left.
Mm-hmm.
There was. Sometimes you can't save people from
themselves.
From themselves, and they kind of just. She had to learn the hard way, and it was a really harsh way.
It was a really harsh way to learn, because I mean, hit after hit after. I mean, this girl couldn't catch a break.
Right, and then when it jumps 5 years, and then also. Her mother, I believe her mother experienced some of that, because when she first got hit and she went to her mother with that black eye,
mm-hmm.
and her mother was talking and she was just like, you know, that just comes with the life. I feel like Daddy was throwing hands too. For her to say that and just be like, well, this is just what comes with the territory in this life.
Yeah.
You know, so based off of like possibly her mom's experiences and her having this glamorized view of the life that her family lived and created.
Yeah. And
not really knowing the ins and outs of it because they sheltered her so much.
And that's probably why she wanted to be loved, right? And Ethic was like, but I think he liked her, right? He was intrigued by her, but she was way too young. And he's like, you need to grow up.
Yeah.
And he could tell that
he could tell that frontal lobe
wasn't developed. And she needed to grow up a little bit. And so she went after Mazan, who was available, right? But just the way in which Mazan methodically tore this girl down.
And to know.
Piece by piece.
And to know that there's people actually like that. And I think that's what made this book so heavy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the books that we read, it's like the guys come in and save the day. Like, these women have these traumatic experiences, but you're watching them heal and watching men love them into that healing and that growth. And the men and the women working together.
Yeah, and there's some sort of happy ending or resolution.
Right.
There was no resolution here.
But this book makes you realize and understand that it's not always a happy ending, mm-hmm. right? And it starts making you think about some of the statistics that you hear about. Yeah. And it was like, gut-wrenching.
It was. And to think that you can know people like this, right? So it was extremely real.
Yeah. But it was so good.
It was such a good book.
And Morgan said she'll read the other ones with me.
One a quarter. We won't be reading the next one until the end of the year. Till the last quarter of the year. Yeah. Till December. Mm-hmm.
So that but overall it was a good book. I'm not for the crash out, have me in shambles at the end of the book every book. So yeah, we're gonna keep the one a quarter.
But I think it definitely belongs in our rating system. It belongs in honorable mention. Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's not in our top 10 because one, everybody's different.
Yeah.
But for us, our top 10, we want to feel good. I'm just gonna be honest.
I don't need all the emotional damage. Yeah.
This book had your girl sitting up here like, what
did I just read? Yeah.
We made it through this whole book to get here.
And there was when it jumped 5 years and she hated him at that point.
And I'm like, she about to be Tina Turner. Tina Turner when Tina had that white suit on, I was like, it's on. And then she get away.
She got away twice.
And he found her.
No, we don't want to give any endings out for the spoiler. So, we don't want to give the ending out and spoil it for people that want to read this.
She saves y'all because I would told it. I would have done it. But yeah.
But just know,
it's like I got all the way. I had listened to the book to the point where I only had 55 minutes left. And I said, I gotta stop here. I gotta read it tomorrow because I couldn't even take it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But Moth to Flame was a good book. Then Morgan finished Corporate Assassin. So we finished the Dreaux Series.
Yeah.
Now we are botching up that name, and I know it. And
I think it's Bordeaux. I think.
I don't know.
Boudreaux. Maybe it's Boudreaux.
I don't know. But y'all know what we saying. Y'all know Neek Mills.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll see a picture so you can go see the book and you can pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
But that series
is very good.
It's very, very good.
It's very good.
The first book, again, trigger warnings. There's trafficking in this book.
It is.
But it's so
the first one was the ruthless one.
Zoo.
Yes. And he was
Zoo come to the front class.
He was the head of
the mafia.
So his was really good.
His pappy died. They killed his pappy.
Yes.
He took over.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to get some people in line. Mm-hmm. They killed his daddy because of the trafficking. The uncle got greedy. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to traffic. And he knew that his daddy wouldn't get involved because they ain't about that.
So he got rid of him.
Mm-hmm. And so then he over here like, well, my nephew can't do it. And his nephew's like, who can't do it? And so he meet his girl because they were trying to sell his girl. Mm-hmm. And even though he had this crazy behind baby mama,
something in him was like, I have to save her.
If I don't take her, somebody's going to take her. So he purchased her, but he kept her in the other wing of the house from his crazy behind baby mama, who wasn't ish. Okay, she was scum.
Yeah, she was trash.
Didn't even want her own child.
She didn't.
I was like, girl. So he so yeah, that whole scene and them working through and her not knowing that her uncle is not her uncle.
Yeah, some surprises came out at the end of that. It was
just a lot.
It was a lot.
And then her seeing her best friend being sold and like wondering where she is. It was just a whole bunch of stuff going on.
And love really blossomed in the book though. It was a
and she became a stepmama.
She did.
And they got that happy ending, and then certain things happen, people barking.
Well, that brings us to book 2,
which is Jules.
Jules. That one is, hold on just a second. Jules' book is The Silent Killer. Mm-hmm. And Jules, so just to give you a little more background, this family they're part Haitian. And so he is into hoodoo. Is it hoodoo or voodoo? Which one?
One of them. I don't remember which one.
And so his role in the family was the
lawyer.
And spiritual guide, I guess you could say. Yeah.
He was just casting all types of spells, y'all.
I mean,
and I loved it.
He turned the girl he was messing with, he turned her into a bird.
She wanted to act like one, so he made her one and made her watch him bang his girl.
It was crazy.
It was wonderful.
And it was crazy. Now, his girlfriend was actually
the first girl's
best friend. Mm-hmm. And so she had a lot more emotional trauma and physical damage done to her body. So I would say that this second book, you do want to watch your trigger warnings with the second book, because
she went through some stuff.
And they write about it in the book.
Teenage stuff to adulthood.
Yeah,
it was
heavy.
But they were best friends. That's what I loved about it.
And he was so sweet with her.
He didn't play by his girl.
He didn't.
And we love a good unhinged man that don't play by his girl.
We do. But he really helped her kind of unpack her trauma and I mean, she had physical scars on her and stuff, and that book was...
It was really good. And he never made her feel like he wasn't... When he was helping her, it was never on a premise of wanting to be with her. It was
friend first.
It was completely friendship. Mm-hmm. And then the love and the relationship just blossomed. Naturally. Until he started seeing her date other people trying to date her. And he like, hold up now.
That was crazy. Didn't he pop up at the movies?
No, that was the first one. That was the first one popped up at the movie theater throwing popcorn. I was like, oh! No, he went to get him something to eat, and she was at a restaurant with the guy.
That's right. And her security stopped him.
And was like, because her security is like her brother. Basically, he become like her brother, but he works for the brothers. Mm-hmm. And he was like, let her be happy.
Please.
Just she's getting out the house, like, let her do her. So... There's our current books that we just finished. I finally finished Queen of Arcadia, the last book. Yay!
That was a 3-part series that we listened to via audiobook.
And it took me about 2 weeks to finish the last book.
I've been done with that book.
But I was not DNFing that book. And the reason why I was not DNFing that book is because I did enjoy the book. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm somebody that can read a book from an author and want to read their whole catalog, and I be comparing. Mm-hmm. So we read Hell Knight Academy first.
And these are fantasy books, by the way.
Fantasy,
I don't know if you said that.
Yeah. They're fantasy, romantasy type book. Mm-hmm. They're totally two different books. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm into neuroscience and psychology and all that stuff. So when I love Drea Wells because the way she writes and references things in her book, it plays on that.
It does, especially Hell Knight Academy. We don't want to say too much about Hell Knight Academy because we'll be picking it eventually.
But when it come up,
just know we're talking about angels and demons
in that
Nephilim. That book was really good, but we'll leave it at that.
But Arcadia is about dragons and tethers and
fae. There's tethers in the other one, but
it is and fae,
shapeshifters, that sort of thing, and there's different realms.
And what I loved about this series, though, is the book is basically about a woman in her 30s that emerges. She comes into her own, but it's like in a fantasy thing
type way,
right?
Because she was sent to Earth, and on Earth they don't have access to any of their powers, but that was intentional. They didn't want anybody to know that she was there. So she started to emerge, right after her, in her 30s, right?
Her dragon starts to come out.
Yeah, and she's like having these dreams, and there's fire and that sort of stuff. And she set the bed on fire, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
She did. And so there's actually in the book a lot of species that are on Earth in this book that are other forms, like werewolves and that sort of thing. And what happened is that their realms were destroyed, so they had to come to Earth. So part of her emergence is her fixing the realms.
And for me, it was like her learning the different aspects of herself and coming into her own, because she was taken away from the essence of who she was. Because she was in danger. They took out her mother. She got multiple daddies. Because
her mom was tethered.
She was tethered to like 4 different men. And so she never met any of them. And it was just like, watching her journey was beautiful. I did really enjoy. That's why I wouldn't DNF the book.
And also watching the journey of her, the people that she was bonded to.
Yes.
Because her mates, 3 of them knew that they were dragons, right? And they
were raised.
They felt the call to find her on Earth. So when she started displaying her powers on Earth, they went to Earth to find her because they could feel it. They could feel the pull,
and they were raised to like
respond to her call. Basically,
they were made for her.
But that last dragon, that golden dragon that had the ability to create.
And they purposely, this is what made the book amazing to me. They purposely did not put him in the water. And I called Morgan and I said, that's like the womb, the mother's womb. They purposely did not put him in that water so that his dragon would not emerge. So he felt this void within him, that something was missing.
Yes, and he was taking on other species' powers.
Yes.
And so there was this internal battle within him. So it was really interesting.
And they created him to basically, if she was still alive, because they didn't know if she was still alive at the time,
take her out.
To basically take her out. But he couldn't. It was something about it. And let me tell you, when they made that mating cave, they swanging with 2 of them. Each dragon got 2 of them. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. We grown in this piece, okay?
It was interesting.
I'm just.
But it was a really good book. To me, the biggest, and I read a lot of fantasy, but
yeah, that's her thing.
I read a lot last year. I slowed down this year because we've been reading a lot of other stuff.
I be having her open and urban.
Yeah, but the biggest difference between this book and the other book for me was just the point of views. Like, they are in their early 20s.
Yeah,
frontal lobes are still developing, so it's like it's written, I wouldn't say from a chaotic place, but it's more, there's just a lot happening in that book versus this one that's like us writing a book, like someone writing a book about us right now. We're very calm, Well,
I feel like the main difference for me, yeah, it was an age difference, but it was, I feel like Hell Knight, she was, how can I put it? Both women were put in positions where they didn't know their true selves.
That's true.
They were taught to hide themselves. And so it's both about them learning about who they are.
Not even hide themselves. They just didn't know anything.
Well, they didn't know anything.
Yeah.
You know what? Because the other girl mama was lying.
Yeah.
So she didn't know her true origin. Right. Neither girl knew their true origin.
That's a better way to put it. Yes. Yeah.
And so you're watching these women go through trying to figure it out. But what I loved about Hell Knight, it was just like,
don't say too much. Don't say too much. Don't say too much. Don't give it away because we're gonna pick it out of the book. That's the whole thing.
Let's just say it made you think about it made us have a lot of religion conversations.
We did.
Let's put it that way.
I was annotating. I don't annotate.
A lot of religious conversations came from us.
I was Googling and stuff, reading that book. It was really good.
It was just like, and we both grew up in the church. So we was just like having these different perspectives and having these deep conversations. It was very interesting.
It was good.
Whereas this book, I love books about personal development.
That's what it was more about personal development.
It was more about personal development, and it wasn't about questioning what you were taught.
Right.
It was about understanding yourself.
That's true. That's good.
Like that's the difference between the two.
That is.
And so I think one of the reasons why it took me longer to maybe read it was because I'm in my own personal development.
Yeah.
And anything that's too close to my reality, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. But it was really, really good.
It's a good book.
And Drea Wells knows how to write a goddamn romantasy, okay?
She does.
She knows.
So where would you place that?
It's a cute for me.
I'll go with that.
You good with that? Or is it an honorable mention for you?
I think for me it goes an honorable. Let's go. Okay, for me it goes an honorable mention. Yeah, I think so because we know where Hell Knight ends up.
All day, every day. Top 10. What we talking about? So we're still in the midst of losing control. If you watched the last video, I gave a spoiler for Morgan, so she does not want me talking about it anymore because I will end up telling more of the book and I finished.
So now we're going to get into books that we are personally reading. I'll go first. I am reading Daughter of the Merciful Deep by Leslie Penelope. It's a fantasy book. It's really good. It dives into, the towns that were intentionally flooded, black towns that were intentionally flooded. And then it goes into this fantasy world that has kind of been built underwater.
Oh, that's cool.
Very interesting. It's very good.
I'll let you tell me more about it.
I will.
Cause
I'm halfway through it. So
okay.
Yeah, but it's very good.
So I do want her to tell me more, so she'll tell y'all more later. Because that does sound interesting. I'm currently reading. We've had a heavy month with these books, and I needed some serious feel good. So I'm reading Make a Scene by Mimi Grace. It is romance, okay? And When I Think of You by Maya. I've just started listening to When I Think of You, and I started Making a Scene last night. I think I'm gonna like it. I've been in my urban fiction bag because those unhinged men be having me in a chokehold. But I was like, it's been heavy. So I needed something that felt like neighbor favor romance, like
romance, cutesy
Hallmark romance, just to clean my palate, you know. So yeah, so that is what I'm reading personally right now. Future books is still the same as what was in the last video. We're waiting on Ja to drop Goon.
Heart of a Goon.
Okay, we need that. We ready. You saw that video?
That creative.
And she took that wig out. I was right there with her.
Everybody's ready.
We ready. Okay.
We ready.
But if she does not post it, we do have another backup book because we have a list of others that we're interested in, and we haven't gotten into the ML Bash bag yet. So we're thinking about Sensual Affair. It's about 100 and something pages. So we think, if something,
that'll take us through the end of September. Yes.
To have a buddy read.
And then now for October,
since next week
is next week. So we have quite a few books. Now, don't hold us to this. We may not get through all these. This is very adventurous, especially since we have our own individual books we want to read. Me more so.
Because we share a lot of what I read. We share a lot of other than the romance because she don't like romance.
I don't. Yuck. Yeah.
Don't do.
Okay,
that.
I'm not gonna yuck you on, but
don't do that. Okay.
It's just so fluffy.
It's not fluffy. Morgan likes unit-based books, like family-based books, a lot of background, whereas I'm very individual. So therefore that's why she doesn't really like romance like that, because I like the individual process of the person. If you give me family stuff, that just helps me understand more of that individual. Morgan likes the dynamics of what's going on with everybody in the mix, and if there ain't a dynamic in the mix, she'll get bored real quick. I.e. Kennedy Ryan's last book, To the Skyland. She loved the first two books. The last one wasn't her cup of tea.
I read it though.
She did.
I understood why people liked it.
She did.
It was a lot of individual stuff that happened, and yeah.
But that's what we say, reading is subjective.
Yeah.
And everybody's different, and everybody has different perspectives, and we can all have differences, and books may not be, for one may not be for the other, and still respect that person's art.
Yeah. Cause she be
writing
now,
down.
She's an automatic buy for us. Like I'm gonna read it.
We're gonna read it.
Cause she does write really well. Okay.
And that's a romance.
It is a romance. It is, but there's
a lot of different.
There's a lot of dynamics going on in that. Yeah.
Okay. And
so October reads. So Roar, which is a fantasy by Natavia.
Which we read
she wrote Ebonea. If you know, you know.
You know.
Yeah, we'll talk. That's in our stuff to throw back.
I get excited.
Yeah. Riot by Nadia Rose. That is the second book to the
Creed.
To Creed. It's the, what series is that? Let's see. Hold on. It is the King Family Saga. Or a King Family Saga. And then we have Still Waters by M. Monique. That is a series. If we read it, we'll probably only get through one book potentially. And maybe, I don't know if we'll read them back to back. I'm not sure.
We those type of books we have to see. This will be my first M. Monique book.
I read Dr. Bell. So
yeah,
I believe she wrote.
Yeah, she wrote Dr. Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been wanting to read Still Waters. Then the Maggie Gray series by Granger, because hello, October, spooky season. I
ain't gonna be scary, y'all.
And then Ja is supposed to have another release, XO Unlawfully Yours, which goes in, which is the Caselli family. Yeah. I think it's Cora, right? Yeah, and then Masterpiece has a book coming out, Grandmaster.
Come on, Master. Show me what you got, girl.
So, again, we may not get through all of these. I'm not sure. But dang it, we're going to try.
We're going to try. I mean, we could. We
really could.
We could push one up.
We could.
I mean, we never know. We kind of go with the flow.
Tell you what, I'm going to be done with Losing Control probably tonight. I don't have that much more left. And I'm eating it up.
It's a good book.
I'm eating it up right now.
And so after you finish that, then
we could take on another book.
Maybe after the weekend. Because I'm in the middle of two, because I already got one that I'm listening and one that I'm reading. So I will probably, by the end of the weekend, I'll have the one that I'm reading done, and then we can.
So we might be bringing y'all another book next week.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Unless Ja posts, and if Ja posts, then we going,
It'll be hard of a good.
Like, Ja controls things over here. I'm seeing that. Like, that's basically, like, we waiting on you, girl.
Yeah.
But we let you over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we are right now for our books. Yeah. So we'll see y'all next Thursday. Please like, share,
and subscribe.
You know, we ain't got all the lingo yet. We're learning.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're going to get it eventually.
Yeah.
But it's fun just doing it.
It is.
And we hope y'all enjoy our shenanigans.
Yeah. And until next time, bye.